Hello ladies and gents, welcome your faces to a brand new video. My name is of course Kev, and I'm pretty sure, I can't remember when it was, I think it was a couple of days ago, the new MAN was introduced to ETS2, and I wasn't aware of it. It was actually TGS that made me aware of it, told me it was out. So I obviously had to have a look. So we went driving in one yesterday while he was streaming on Twitch. Go give him a follow, by the way, if you like trucking, because apparently we're going to be doing some more that I'm going to be joining him. So obviously I got it, had to try it out, and I've already fallen in love with it. It's without a doubt my favorite truck. So I thought, just going to do a random video where I'm going to spec one up and talk to you about some of the stuff you can do to it and share my thoughts on the truck itself. Alright, so to get the new truck, we go to the truck dealers up here and then go to MAN. By the way, I'm using mods, so I'm running Pro mods, which obviously adds Ireland, Iceland and whatnot up here. So if you know about Pro mods, you know what it does. It just adds a massive amount on to the base map, but we'll gloss over that for now. So what I need to do is find a MAN dealership. Now I've got plenty that I've found already. So we're going to go to Birmingham, and then if we skip back, this is the new MAN. So this is the TGX GX. I don't know what those letters mean, but yeah. And then here is the other one. So this is the smaller one. So we're going to customize this a little bit. I'll be honest, I don't always like the bigger cabs. I sometimes like the smaller ones. That looks a bit too small. So I think this one's obviously the happy medium, the GM. Chassis, I always go usually for a 6x4. But obviously if you want one that's, you know, aimed more at heavy, you'd already go for an 8x4 4, but I'm going to go 6x4. I believe the fuel tank is smaller. Don't actually know where it says what fuel tank you get in them, but yeah, we're going to go for the 6x4. Engine wise, obviously we're going to go for the bigger or the biggest, which is a 640 Euro 6D. I don't know what the D stands for in the 6D. Diesel maybe? I don't know. So that's the one we're going to go for. 930 RPM, 3000 Newton meters. All that means nothing to me. All I know is it's 640 horsepower. That sounds good to me. Gearbox. I do drive manual with my H shifter on the G27. So I go for a 12 speed because I use a split on the D-pad. Interior, we've got a couple to pick from. So we've got a standard UK beige, which isn't too bad. It's mainly these bits on the dash and down here, I believe. So you can see a very slight change in colour around here. Or you've got the Lion S, which I do really like because it's like the black up here, the greyish there, but you'll also see it adds little red accents, and I notice we get the little MAN letters up there as well. But yeah, you get the little red accents around like the air vents and whatnot, and also on the floor. I don't think we get anything different over here. Slightly different colour curtains, but you'll also probably notice that when I was changing the interior, the seats don't actually change. And I'm going to show you why in a moment. So that's the one I'm going to go for. Paint, obviously don't worry about this, we'll get to that in a minute. We're going to go in order. So for the paint, I usually go, I quite like these ones, so the heavies. And then I usually just change the top colours just to a white. But that's mainly for like the heavy stuff, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to, if I can remember where it is, I'm going to go for this one, And then literally on this, I'm going to make that one not black, but a dark grey. And then this one, I'm going to go for a dark red. So that's all the colouring, obviously, for the paints. Then we're going to go to the accessories where we get all these dots. The only negative thing I will say, and I'm assuming this obviously because it's not just a new truck in ETS2, it's a new truck in reality as well. There isn't a whole amount that we can do. There's a couple of bits, which is okay. So we get this bar at the bottom. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of that. If it was a curved bar that came around under the underside of the bumper, it would look nicer in my opinion, but we'll have it anyway. I don't think we can do anything with it. I don't think there's any lights or anything. So, whatever. We've got different types of bumpers as well, so we can have just boring grey ones. So that one, I don't know what duty means. Then we've got the stock one, then we've got duty paint, and then we've got the individual lion, which, to what I can see, just makes this plastic bit just greyed rather than painted. Unless I'm missing something, I don't know. Here, because I've got red on the paint, I like this Lion S because it gives you this red bit. So we'll use that one as well. And then we've got matte or glossy. I'm going to go matte. Same with this one. You can make this matte or you can make it glossy. I kind of like the matte one because it sets it away from the gloss of the paint. The lion logo, you can't do anything with it. And this one, I don't even know what that's changing. Okay, so it's the background behind the lion. Okay, I thought it was the chrome bit, but it's not. Also the lights as well. So you've got halogen or we've got LED, which you can't really see because the dots are in the way. But they're not too bad. But I personally like the halogen ones. They do look nicer, in my opinion. So we're going to go for that. For the visor, you've got the stock one that they've used, I think, in all their trucks. We've got this one that kind of adds a metal strip. But I like this individual Lioness one because obviously the interior is the Lioness. So we'll go for that. And then the top one here, no, that one. There we go. We've got the aero bit. I think it's the spoiler or something that we can put on top, which basically just finishes the top bit, obviously from the sides. On the sides, you can have your air horns. So obviously we're going to do that. And then here, there's only one bar that you can put on top. And then another of the mods that I use are these Pollux 9 LEDs. So they're really nice. So I'm going to whack some of those on there. There we go. I've also got these ones as well that are, you know, not too bad, but I'm going to go for these ones. And then if you click this one, you've also got the MAN beacons as well, which aren't too bad. But I don't really need them. They're mainly for like, the heavy trucks and whatnot. And then again, I think because I'm pretty sure that MAN is the only brand now in ETS that doesn't have its own like customizing pack. Obviously Scania has the Mighty Griffin, DAF's got one, Renault's got one. I'm pretty sure MAN's the only one that doesn't have one. So we need one because there isn't much we can do with these kind of things. But anyway, we'll do whatever. Here, there's nothing we can do. Nothing we can do there. There. Door handles, you can only have plastic. But what I do like is the mirrors. We've got the normal mirrors here. But if we go down, we've got the cameras. So we can have the mirrorless option, which will obviously give us the screens inside on the pillars. So we'll do that. And then obviously wheels and tires. I like going for quite a dark theme. And then obviously these little bits you can paint. There's nothing really much here to block this out, which I don't like. I wish they had a skirt that you could put there, but there isn't yet. Again, you know, since it's a new truck, both in-game and in reality, I'm assuming that will come at some point down the line, or at least I hope so. Unless there's anybody out there that, you know, gonna mod it at some point, I don't know. But it's a very nice truck to, you know, to mod if you go into. So we'll add a couple of these things, and then we've got the fender, so I want painted, and then we've got the top of the fender as well. Then the lights I want painted. And the flaps and whatnot. And I think that's about all we can do for the outside. Okay, so there we go. We've got 400 litre fuel tank, which seems quite small, if I'm honest. Again, it might just be because of the chassis option I've gone for. And then obviously interior. I don't know why I wouldn't click then. So you can see we've got the screen there. We've got one there, and actually this one here, you can go for the camera option as well there, and then you can make that camera come up on the screen here, which would obviously be the sat nav. I personally don't do that because it's got a really nice screen on it, so the sat nav does look very clean, very clear to look at. But I know DJ Acid has his, so that camera is linked to the screen here. Also, again, because we've got no tuning pack for this one, there is no MAN curtains or anything like that. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. You can also have your phone and your sat nav here, which for me kind of defeats the point because I'm going to have one here, so I'm not going to have one at all. And then obviously for the steering wheel, we're going to go for the Lioness, which has the red stitching and whatnot. And it also looks a bit more beefier. And then up here, we obviously don't have any table or anything. But I do have these, the poppy air freshener things. I've seen a few truck drivers using them. Luke C, for example, has them. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to find a mod that adds them and I'm going to have them as well. And then here I'm going to have something random. I don't know what I'm going to put there. Should we have a cat up there? Also, my mouse is playing up recently. So you may sometimes see that I'm scrolling up and then it goes back down again. That's not me doing it. It's just my mouse being an idiot. Because Corsair mice suck. So I am looking for a replacement. And I'm going to be honest. Some people may judge me, but I'm debating going back with Razer, if I'm honest. I'm done with Corsair mice now. Anyway, let's have a bottle of water because there's nothing else we can put in there. Over here, there isn't much we can do either. So we'll just have a baseball hat there. Down here, I don't think we can do much either. So we'll just have that there. That'll do. Over there, we've got to have a pillow. So we'll just go for the Euro Truck one. And then here, obviously, some of the mods that I've got installed. So I have the Sicil Mega Pack. That adds a bunch of different stuff. Some of it I can't use. So I'm just have a notebook there. That'll do. And then up here under the top bunk, we can have a light boards and whatnot. But again, there's no MAN ones. So we'll just go for, I don't know, the Raven, I guess. Just that it lights up a bit. And as I was saying about the seat, to change the seats, there's now a dot here. And then you can scroll through and look at that one. Now I'm assuming, does that change this seat as well? Yes, it does. So it changes both of the seats. And so there we go. That is my truck. And I'm going to be honest. I do like some of the other trucks. Like Mercedes, for example. Big fan of Mercedes. Also big fan of Scania. This one, personally for me, is now my new favourite. I absolutely love this. I've got a soft spot for MANs anyway. But yeah, this one's really nice. So let's purchase it, get it out, and I'll show you what it's like. Right, so here we are. We've now bought it, and as you can see, you've got the screen on the pillar there, so I can see down the right side of me. Obviously, I do suffer because I only use one screen, so I can't see that one over there, which is obviously why if you press F2, you can get the mirrors that pop up on there as well. I also use a mod. I think that's something to do with one DJ picked, which is basically minimizes the mirrors so they're smaller than normal. But yeah, and there is obviously the sat nav there on that screen. It does look really nice. So let's start her up. Let me open a window. Still love that you can open the windows, by the way. And let's start her up. Listen to that engine. That's a beautiful sound. Right, so like I said, I do drive full manual. So if, for example, if I take my foot off the clutch and put it in gear, it doesn't do anything. If I put it in gear and then take my foot off the clutch, obviously I stall it. So my overall thoughts about this, like I did say, there isn't much that you can do to the truck just yet. But she's got a bit of power to her. Yeah, there's not much you can do with it currently. But I'm going to be honest, it is still my new favourite. I also noticed as well, I think it was actually DJ that pointed out, the mirror, obviously the screens for the mirrors, if you get too close to something, you'll get a little thing that pops up. So if I get close, okay, it's not going to do it there. There we go. So you can see now on the screen, on the pillar, the little yellow corner things. I think that's a kind of like collision warning or something. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's new and I really like it. It does get a bit weird, so when you're just driving along, sometimes some of the barriers or traffic lights can trigger it as well. It's a little bit weird, but it's nice. It's, you know, it's something new to the game, which is fresh, and I like it. Whether we can adjust it, I'm not sure. But yeah. I'm hopeful that they do add some stuff, you know, for us to do with the truck. Customizing and things like that. It really does need it. So yeah, I'm hopeful that they're going to do some other stuff, bring in some more things, And hopefully soon MAN will get one of those tuning packs that I'm pretty sure everything else does have. I know, obviously, like I said, Scania has it, Renault has it, Volvo has it, DAF has it. So where's the MAN one? Why are you leaving companies out? I'm also looking forward to seeing mods that people do as well. Things like the Kelso bars. You know, really nice Kelso bars. I had a mod previously where you could either have chrome Kelso bars or you could have painted. So it would take essentially the base paint or the primary paint, if you like, and it would colour the Kelso bars in those colours. The Kelso bars, by the way, are the metal bars that the spotlights and whatnot attached to. You can have them on the roof and on the bumpers and stuff. And those skirts as well, like I said, on the sides where you can see the fuel tank and whatnot. Hopefully that gets addressed as well. But overall, I really do like this truck. It's a nice one to drive. I was always a fan of the MANs anyway, and this has just boosted it way more. So yeah, that's basically that. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like rating. Comment in the comments below as well. Tell me what you think about it. Are you a fan of it? Have you tried it out yet? If you haven't, are you going to? And all that stuff. So basically, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.